ActivateFit.Gym. Today I'm going to take you through some stretches for your foot flexors. So these are the muscles that help you point your toes and your feet. So we can divide them into two different groups, the long muscles which originate behind your knee and the short muscles which are in the bottom of your foot. So to get started, cross your legs over, then you're going to stabilize your ankle, point your foot towards your face, and then keeping your toes relaxed, you're going to place the flat of your hand underneath toes 2 to 5 and then pulsing them back for a count of 3 using your fingers. So we're going to do this 5 times in total. Just making sure that you keep your toes relaxed. So this is a nice dynamic stretch for your toes. And after the 5th time, we're going to do a nice long 15-second hold. So hopefully you should be feeling this in the bottom of your feet or maybe in your calf, depending on where your restrictions are. Now we're going to move on to stretching our big toe. So stabilizing the ankle, pointing your foot towards your face, then bringing the flat of your hand underneath your big toe, and then using your fingers to push your toes back for a count of 3. And we're going to do this 5 times. Trying to keep your toes relaxed as much as you can. Last one. Okay, now we're going to hold this stretch for 15 seconds. So stretching your toe flexors is a good way to keep your toes and feet flexible and mobile. It helps to ensure that your body is healthy from the feet up. Now we're going to focus on the short flexors of your feet and toes. So similar position as before, crossing the legs over, stabilizing the ankle, only this time you're going to point your foot away from your face. So pointing your foot down. Then you're going to wrap your flat hand behind toes 2 to 5, and then keeping your toes as relaxed as possible, you're going to pulse your toes back for a count of 3, and we're going to do this 5 times. So remember to keep breathing. This is a nice dynamic stretch. Last one. Okay, and now we're going to hold this stretch for 15 seconds. So stretching the short flexors of your feet and your toes can help to alleviate pain or discomfort associated with hammer toes or bunions. So now we're going to focus on stretching the short and long extensors of our feet and toes. So crossing the leg over, stabilizing the ankle, pointing your foot down away from your face, and then you're going to wrap your flat of your hand around your 2nd and 5th toe, and then using your thumb as an anchor. You're going to pulse your toes 3 seconds, 5 times over. So remember to keep pointing your foot down and keeping your toes as relaxed as possible. Okay, last one. And now we're going to hold this one for 15 seconds. So you should be feeling this in the front part of your toes. So moving on to our big toe, remember to keep our foot pointed down away from our faces, and then using the thumb as an anchor, wrap your fingers around your thumb, and then same concept as before. So we're going to pulse our big toe 5 times for a count of 3. So you want to be feeling this on the front of your big toe. And last one. I'm going to hold this one for 15 seconds. So this is a nice dynamic stretch for your big toe. To finish up, we're going to stretch the short extensors of our toes. So crossing the leg over, stabilizing the ankle. This time you're going to have your foot in a neutral position, and then you're going to use your thumb as an anchor, and focusing on toes 2 to 5. We're going to pulse our toes back for a count of 3. So you might hear some cracking of your toes. That's normal, that's fine. So pulsing them back, and then finishing with a nice 15-second hold. Finishing up with our big toe, so foot in a neutral position, and then grasping your big toe by the second joint, using your thumb as an anchor. We're going to pulse our big toe 5 times. So you should be feeling a nice stretch in the front of your big toe. And last one, we're going to hold for 15 seconds. So this is a good way to keep your feet strong and healthy.